What's going on, guys? I'm Jay the Black. Shout out to everyone that's tuning in. I want to talk about Megan Thee Stallion getting clowned for fake crying. I agree with the fake crying. I believe that this interview is a way to promote her new single, which is called Plan B. I made a video about how it was a subliminal towards Tory. She's claiming, I think other people are claiming that it wasn't. But I mean, all you have to do is listen, okay? Even if she didn't write it, maybe not, doesn't mean that it wasn't a subliminal. But I believe it was. And now she's giving this interview about Tory. I mean, it all fits, right? She puts out this single, Plan B. She references certain things that may be in regards to Tory Lanez. Then she does this interview with Gayle King, which is, being put out after this particular song. It's like a whole rollout, right? But first, make sure y'all like this video. Hopefully y'all sharing it. Subscribe to my other channels, BasikSocialPoliticz with Jay the Black, as well as Jay the Black Livestreams. Jay the Black Livestreams is where I hold all my live streams, and BasikSocialPoliticz is my channel where I mainly post my podcast clips there and other content as well that is of interest to me. But let's get into this Meg Thee Stallion BS. Listen, we don't know what happened. None of us were really around to know the full picture of what's happening. But it's very clear to me that Megan is the only one that has really spoken. I mean, Tory has tried. And when he subliminally spoke about her and him personally, not the incident, he ended up in court getting handcuffed. You see, that is how much they're trying to control the narrative. I'm not the biggest conspiracy theorist, but this whole situation has been weird from the start. The fact that the state of California is pursuing this, they're wasting taxpayers' dollars pursuing this. The fact that Megan Thee Stallion is not being 100% truthful, and this interview probably is showing people that. Now, you have those hardcore Meg Thee Stallion fans who they're fans of her online, but they don't pay tickets to go see her perform. They're going to defend her no matter what. But the truth is always going to be in the middle, people. That's why we should wait for the facts. But from what I have seen, and the fact that they have been silencing Tory Lanez just shows me that they only want one side out there because they are afraid of the truth. If Meg Thee Stallion was speaking the truth, they would not be afraid of Tory Lanez putting his portion out, because they'll say, okay, well, whatever you say now is going to be used against you in court. But they're not even doing that. Hip-hop star Meg Thee Stallion has been opening up for the first time. No, this ain't the first time now. She's spoken about it before. Come on. But this is her, I guess, her full interview about the 2020 incident involving Tory Lanez, saying she thought he might shoot me or kill me. Oh my God, man. Are you serious? You talk about the violent drunk that is Meg. Just ask her ex-boyfriend that she may or may not have been venting about in her Plan B song. Megan, who's 27, got emotional in a new interview with CBS Mornings host Gayle King as she described Lanez allegedly firing several shots at her feet while yelling "Dance B" outside a Hollywood Hills home. I didn't want to move too quick because I'm like, oh my God, if I take one wrong step, I don't know if he's gonna shoot something that's like super important, Megan says in the clip from the sit down release Sunday. I don't know if he could shoot me or end me. King then asked, were you afraid for your life at that time? I was really scared because I had never been shot at before. Listen, I'm not laughing at misfortune, man, but Megan is saying this, but she was hopping on IG Live angry. She wasn't crying. This is the first time Megan has really gotten somewhat emotional about it, but other times when she's spoken about Tory, she's been angry. It's been more of anger and putting all the emphasis on her, even though The evidence don't agree with that to this point. It hasn't agreed with that. But they want to go with her narrative because she's a part of Rock Nation and they want to protect her at all costs. But you can't protect people from the truth being out here. But see, this is what happens in the court of public opinion. I've told y'all about the court of public opinion. It is used to sort of paint a narrative about somebody that they are innocent and the other person is guilty. And that's what Megan Thee Stallion is doing. Her and her team are doing. They're doing these interviews to paint Tory as the bad guy for the court of public opinion. But see, the public is not as dumb as her team thinks it is. Because when you try to silence the other party, because we've seen a lot of this recently, when you try to silence the other party from speaking, it is because you are afraid of what they're going to say. Because if Tory Lanez was guilty, you would not care what he said. Because it's a lie, right? Tory Lanez is lying. So if Tory Lanez is lying on you, anything that he says publicly can be used against him in court. Just like it is with these with this order that you have against him that he can't speak about anything. Then you would be like, okay, well, we're gonna build our evidence and we're gonna use it against him. Y'all not even doing that because you're afraid of the fact that he is being honest. He's being honest, and you're afraid of that. Lanez, who's 29, is set to face trial over the alleged incident outside a Hollywood Hills home in July of 2020, where he is accused of wounding Megan by firing multiple shots at the ground. Megan ended up with shrapnel in her feet. She initially claimed that she suffered the injuries by stepping on glass before changing her story and blaming Lanez. So why did you do that, Megan? Megan, why did you initially say you stepped on glass and then change your story? Why? That makes you look like a liar. I don't care how cool I am with somebody. If somebody was to do something similar at me or anybody else that happened with you, I'm not about to sit up here and lie for nobody. But you lied because you did not blame Tory, because you don't believe Tory was the guilty party. You changed your story because of the court of public opinion, Rock Nation, maybe some other people got into your ear. The rapper allegedly begged her to keep quiet about the incident because he was on probation. But she ended up changing her story. In the interview set to air full Monday on CBS Mornings, Megan detailed how, after leaving a party in Hollywood Hills with Lanez and a friend from Houston, we know who that is, an argument broke out because she had wanted to go and others didn't. No, I think you got in an argument because y'all were screwing the same man. Both you and your friend were screwing the same man. And that's actually the subliminal that Tory Lanez put out that got him handcuffed in the first place. You wasn't arguing about wanting to leave. No, Megan. You was arguing because you and your friend were screwing Tory Lanez, and you got into it about that. Because I know women. I know how jealous, how crazy women could be. And the thing is this. The arguing started when they were at Kylie Jenner's house. That's when the arguing started. And Megan wants us to believe it's because, she wanted to go and others didn't. No, you were arguing with them because of your jealousy. Okay? That's how I believe things got heated up. And it escalated and continued. But that's like normal friend stuff, like we fuss about. Silly stuff all the time, she explained, but I never put my hands on anybody. I never raised my voice too loud. Well, Megan, tell that to an ex-boyfriend you had before you got known, because you got drunk and you wanted to get violent. Let's talk about that. But they're not, because the media likes to control the court of public opinions, and they only put one person's opinion out there. But again, y'all can do the research yourself. Like, this was one of them times where it shouldn't have got this crazy. The WAP rapper said the argument escalated after she got out of the car and Lanez allegedly stood up over the window and fired at her. So I get out of the car, and it's like everything happened so fast, and all I hear is this man screaming, and he said, "March B," and not March, excuse me, dance B, March B, dance B, and he started firing, and I'm just like, oh my God, like he shot a couple of times, and I was so scared. She recalled Lanez has pleaded not guilty to the charges and denied the allegations. The case is expected to go to trial in September. Hopefully that's a solution to it. But Megan, instead of you trying to appeal to the court of public opinion, instead of, you at a Coachella party putting booze down people's mouths, maybe you should stay away from the booze. The booze might be something you need to stay away from. Okay? Listen, we don't know what happened. We don't know how this thing got like it did, but it's unfortunate because they should be enjoying this time in their careers, these two young people, but instead you have people in her ear. You got people telling her that she needs to pursue this in the court of public opinion, even though she could be wrong. And there are people who are defending this, her fake crying on this clip. But I believe all of this is to promote her plan B, her single. And honestly, I cannot wait till there is a conclusion to this, because this thing has gone on far too long. And it's time that we get a conclusion to it, because again, it's been going on far too long, and enough is enough. Okay. Now I thought it was real interesting that there is a clip from Carl Crawford, right, of him linking up with Tory Lanez and a few others, right? I thought this was some trolling, right? Some trolling being done, some linking up. Listen, I'm not against stuff like this, because Tory Lanez and Carl Crawford got a few things in common when it comes to, Meg Thee Stallion. She tries to defeat them in the court of public opinion. She's putting out things, making it seem like they are the villains, when really, Meg Thee Stallion could be the ultimate villain. Well, maybe not her, because her team, because again, she said it was something else, and I believe her team and people at Roc Nation told her differently. They told her, hey, you need to blame Tory for this. And she did it because she cared more about continuing to be famous and the victim, because women love being victims, than the truth. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll see y'all.